We really need to talk about Fallout 4's biggest problem right now, which is its modding problem. I was planning to make a video on this a few days ago, but Juicehead kind of beat me to the punch. He's a great content creator, by the way, go and check him out if you don't know who he is. But basically he made a video talking about the exact same kind of stuff, so I figured I would wait it out and kind of talk about it a bit later, but this is becoming more and more of a problem every single day. I want to start off by talking about some of the great mods that are coming out. Fallout London, the Fallout 3 remake aka Point Lookout, Fallout 1 remake. There's a lot of things coming and a lot of great things that have already came out, like Point Lookout, and it's all fantastic, but there is one big massive issue. These mods aren't coming to consoles. And the reason that they're not coming to consoles is the space limit. Fallout 4 on consoles only has 2 GB of mod space, so basically if you want to download 2 weapon mods, that's it, you're done. You can't fit anything more than that, which is why mods like Hypermerge exist for us console players, where they jam a bunch of weapon mods into one pack and kind of attempt to cut down the storage space on it so then we can download weapon mods, or whatever mods, and then just more on top of that. But a lot of these mods, like Point Lookout or even Fallout London, aren't coming to consoles simply because the mod space is too low. That is it. That is the only reason. Many of these mod authors and creators have even stated that they would love their mods to be on Xbox, but it simply doesn't fit, which is the problem here. And we'll talk about PlayStation here in a second too, but even Skyrim on consoles has at least 5 GB, which is why a lot of people, including myself here, don't understand why Fallout 4 only has 2. Back in 2015, when mods came to consoles, Bethesda basically just picked a random number and ran with it. At least that's what it feels like. As I said, why does Skyrim get 5 gigs and Fallout 4 only gets 2? And the reason they won't increase it is because, and I'm quoting them here, there is no ideal way to update the mod size limits for Xbox or PlayStation. Replacing a Patreon has a wide-ranging impact and potentially can jeopardize the saves that you blah 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 blah, end quote. Basically, they won't increase it. They can, and they just choose not to because of this really, really dumb reason. They worry that it's going to affect people's modded save games. But honestly, I don't think any Fallout 4 console player that uses mods would be annoyed at all if they had to sacrifice a save. If it meant that we could get a bunch of extra mod space, I think we would all be happy at the very least. I mean, I know I would. Most of the time I'm not even playing Fallout 4, I'm just creating load orders, deleting the save and doing it all over again. But even with Skyrim having 5 gigs, sure, Fallout players would love to have 5 gigs, but that really isn't enough when you look at the size of the mods that are coming to the Nexus. But even just 5 gigs, more than double of what we have now, would be a welcomed update, and this is honestly one of the reasons why Skyrim on consoles is so much more successful than Fallout 4. And you guys know I've said it 1,000 times, re-release Fallout 4 as a special edition, fix the Boston crashes for a start. Give us Creation Club items for free like you did with Skyrim Anniversary Edition, and add an extra 10 or even 20 gigs for mod space. Trust me, Bethesda, we would all appreciate it, to say the least. I think that everyone would also be willing to pay for a Fallout 4 Special Edition when we take into consideration that Fallout 5 ain't coming for at least another 8 years, which sucks, so giving Xbox players, especially since Sony is super restrictive, extra mod space would do nothing besides make the fans happy. I think I'd grin from ear to ear if I woke up to the news that Fallout 4 was getting extra mod space. You guys know I mostly play on consoles, so this is a really passionate issue for me. With Microsoft buying Bethesda, you would think that they would want their Xbox versions of BGS games to be the best that they can be, and let's face it, one of the reasons we love Fallout and Elder Scrolls is simply the mods. I also don't think that this would be a whole lot of work for Bethesda to just roll out a new update for Fallout 4 and give us just a little bit of extra mod space. And on top of this, there is a bunch of Fallout 4 Creation Club items that haven't been released, they're kind of just sitting there waiting to be put onto the game. So there are rumours that Creation Club is coming back as sort of a Creation Club 2.0, which, but if it comes back with a Fallout 4 Special Edition with extra mod space, I think that this would be a very welcomed update. It just really sucks as a console player to see all of these amazing new mods that are getting released, and the fans and the mod creators and the authors want these mods on consoles, but they simply can't put them on here, and we simply can't play them just because Bethesda decided to make modding on consoles very limiting. I mean, Sony is at fault for the PlayStation mods being restrictive, I get that, that isn't Bethesda's fault at all. I just mean Bethesda could update Fallout 4 to give it more mod space, and they just won't for whatever reason. And I kind of get that they think we will be mad that it could ruin our modded saves, but as I said, I don't think anyone would really care about having to sacrifice one save game if it meant that we could get mods like Fallout London or even Point Lookout or the Fallout 1 remake on consoles. Anyway guys, that is going to do it for today's video. I really dislike making videos like this because I always try to keep things positive on the channel, you guys know that. Any negativity is an absolute no-go here, so talking about problems like this really does suck, but unfortunately it needs to be said and Bethesda need to listen. They really need to do something about this. Either way, I hope that you guys enjoyed the video, and if you did, please consider giving it a like and subscribing. We cover all Bethesda news, leaks, updates and discussions over here. Everything from Fallout to Elder Scrolls to Starfields, and your support would be truly appreciated. And obviously with that said, thank you all for watching, and I really hope to see you in the next one.